Hey everyone, welcome to the fourth video in our new mini-series focused on emerging Lakewood Ranch communities you need to check out. Real quick, for those that don't know me, I'm Adam Hancock. I have a real estate group in Southwest Florida, and I put out daily videos on Florida relocation and investment assistance. And for access to over 90 videos in the last 11 months and counting. Okay, today's community of focus is Lorraine Lakes at Lakewood Ranch. If you missed the 3 previous videos in this mini-series, make sure you go to the end of this video and check out the link to that playlist because there's a lot of context that I speak in evolution of how these are created, so check that out and let's dive in. Okay, Lorraine Lakes is built by Lennar Homes, which is a large inventory or spec builder, which basically means that we're like a Taylor Morrison or a DeVos or something like that. Let you come in and make some semi-custom options. You choose your lot. It has a separate fee. Basically, none of that happens here. They're building the homes whether you're coming or not. All of this stuff is pre-planned, where the homes are going, what's going to be in them, the color choices, all that kind of stuff. So if you want a little bit more of an option, that might not be the builder for you, but there are some advantages with this kind of builder in that generally there's a cost savings that comes with the way they're able to standardize some of this kind of stuff. Plus there's not kind of this nickel and diming type of thing that you may feel from some other builders because they don't separate the lot. They don't do any of that kind of stuff. It's just basically a package that you're purchasing more or less amongst the different collections. And Lennar basically they're massive builder. I think they might be #1 in America. They've evolved over the last few years, and if you've ever heard the name Ryland or Standard Pacific, Cal Atlantic, basically through merge or acquisition, they've acquired these builders, and now the Lennar Homes is basically this kind of massive company, has their own title company, the whole shebang. And just like Taylor Morrison, they build all over Sarasota County, all over Manatee County. So they built Polo Run, Sarasota National, Arbor Grand, they're in Country Club East, and they're in Rosedale. So they're either like planning a full community themselves, or like a lot of these builders, they'll have like a certain phase, like they're in Rosedale, but they didn't build all the Rosedale homes. They're in Country Club East, same thing. So, a few different options there, but again, they're all throughout the community, very similar to the previous builders in this video. You're going to see basically the same builders in Lakewood Ranch, as Palmer Ranch, as in Welland Park. They go towards Naples, they go up to Tampa. This community, they started selling officially in September of 2020. Okay, so real quick itinerary for this video. I'm going to talk about the location and why that matters. I'm going to hit the schools a little bit. I'm going to talk about the amenities, timelines, what's included. I'm going to talk about the housing, what you can get, the different collections, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to also give you some granularity on the fees, the building schedule, the deposit schedules, and then we'll wrap up and we'll kind of give some context and some more value at the very end. So let's hop in and check it out. Okay, starting off with the location. So as we're on our 4th video now, what I've done is I've plotted out all 4 so you can kind of see the evolution of our different videos, and you can kind of decide on what you think is a better location based on lifestyle. So what we have here is Lorraine Lakes, Lennar at Lorraine Lakes, or Lorraine Lakes at Lakewood Ranch, sits right here very close to everything you're going to get in the Esplanade community. So this is very close contextually to the value that we described from the Esplanade community. And then you're going to kind of see where the Windward and the Sapphire Pointes of the world, you're going to kind of see why some might be just as far east, but why being a little further south might matter to people, or maybe you want easier access to Tampa or Parrish or Bradenton or something. So being out here might matter, but you're going to see this as a general theme as the land and what's available and these larger communities, they're going to start going this way. So kind of getting in this location is going to be a commonality. And what you're going to have here is, obviously true to the name here, you have Lorraine Road here, which runs parallel to Lakewood Ranch Boulevard here. This is north of 70, south of 64. And what it's going to give you is basically, the perk to these are kind of, you're really living the Lakewood Ranch lifestyle. So the perk here is a little closer to those amenities versus like further south. So you're 8 miles from downtown Lakewood Ranch here. You're 19 miles from downtown Sarasota, which is going to be around here. You're 24 miles from Lido Beach, which is southern Longboat Key right here, St. Armand Circle. You're 24 miles from Siesta Key because it's further south, so you're way northeast here. And then you're 33 miles from Venice, which is down here. So being in this area would really be that kind of like prototypical Lakewood Ranch where you're going to be a good 40 minutes from the beach. You're going to want to really want to be out in that area majorly and kind of live. Now, granted, like it's Pleasantville, you have tons of options just right there. There's public golf courses, you have your own amenities, all that kind of stuff. But that is like thinking that you're going to just shoot to the beach in 20 minutes and that kind of thing is not going to be realistic being this far east. So that's kind of the location in a nutshell. and let's talk a little bit about schools. I'm gonna talk a little bit about schools. So from a school perspective, you're gonna have the same exact schools available to you from a public standpoint as the previous video with Azario because of the location. So you're gonna have Gullet Elementary, you're gonna have Mona Jane Middle School, and you're gonna have Lakewood Ranch High School. So these are all pretty much all of so Gullet's right here, 8 out of 10. These are all pretty highly rated in general. Like that's one of the big perks about the suburbs in Sarasota. Is going to be, schools are that's where most of the nice school districts sit. Lakewood Ranch Highs sits as a 6 out of 10. There's several things that go into these numbers, but a lot of people would rate, if you talk to people around town, a lot of people would view Lakewood Ranch as a very high rated public school. A lot of people really enjoy it. It's great school, great sports. The neighborhoods flank it, so all the kids' friends and stuff are right there. And then you have Mona Jane Middle School, which isn't on these ratings, but these generally are all going to be, the commonality is the suburban schools. You go to Palmer Ranch, you go to Northeast, you go to Venice. That's going to be where the public school districts in general of like elementary all the way through high that are going to be generally highly rated. You are also, you can go to Outdoor Academy, there's St. Stephen's in Western Bradenton, there's Pinnacle Academy, so you have some private options, and then there's a myriad of preschool options like Little Ranchers and a ton of that flank all the different areas and villages around Lakewood Ranch. So generally that's kind of the synopsis of the school districts or whatever. You can definitely shoot me an email. I have some like kind of takeaway school things on just Lakewood Ranch if you're interested in that. But let's hop and talk a little bit about amenities. Okay, so this community, amenity-wise, it's pretty new. They did start building in September, but as far as the pace of amenity building and the reason why they don't have a ton of pictures out is the amenities in here actually are not even going to start until spring 2021 and won't be completed until 2022. So that's something to definitely take into account if you're going to pick this community. Now, however, if you're building a house and it's going to take 9-10 months anyway, it might not matter at all, but that is something to consider if you're looking for like more of a turnkey experience right now. So this is the site map and kind of how the collections are, and the amenities are going to sit right here. There's not a lot of pictures, right? Because this would all be like speculatory, and they haven't even announced them yet. So what they're planning here, it's going to be pretty stacked out like most communities. So it's going to be gated. There's going to be a clubhouse. There's going to be a splash park. There's going to be a swimming pool. There's going to be volleyball courts, basketball courts, which is cool. So another one with basketball courts. They're going to have a fitness center with aerobic studio. They're going to have playground, sports courts, and tennis courts. So I think multi-generational, just like a lot of Lakewood Ranch, is really going to speak here. The price points mixed with the kind of the positioning of the community in a lot of kid-friendly amenities. It's going to kind of lay the way for I think very family-friendly. And where it does sit, you sit near a lot of those nice schools, whether they're elementary or preschool or whatever. So I think young family, all the way to empty nester, there's a lot of options, and we'll see that a little bit more in the home collections. But that's kind of what they're announced. Again, spring 2021 start date of amenities, and they have not broken ground yet. And then 2022 is the estimated completion date. So that'll wrap up amenities for this video. Let's hop and talk a little bit about housing. Okay, from a housing perspective, Lorraine Lakes is going to hop you back in specific collections. Unlike our anomaly of Taylor Morrison, where they just have a bunch of home floor plans, this one's going to be separate in collections like Windward was and like Sapphire Pointe was. And that's going to be across all the developments they do. So what they're working with here is quite a few options. They have a large spread to choose from, which is cool. They have 16 different floor plans across 5 different home collections, and you basically have an escalating from size, price, etc. So they're going to come up with a townhome collection. They have villas. They have an executive home collection, which is single family. Then it goes to the manor home collections, which is single family, and then the estate home collections, which is single family. So what's going to determine here is your personal criteria might put you in the shopping bucket for certain collections, but these are also already pre-planned of where they're going to go in the community. So if you're going across the single family collections with similar apples to apples type of criteria, the actual location in the community might actually where you end up narrowing, because again, they're not separating lot from home in this neighborhood. So if you want that piece of land, you're going to be picking a home that's already positioned on that land within one of these collections. So something to keep in mind. And what you generally have here, we're going to hop in a little deeper, but what you generally have here is you have a $250,000 to just under $600,000 price range. It ranges from 1,400 square foot in like the villa townhome to up to about 4,000 square foot in the estate homes. And you have 2 bedrooms to about, you can get as much as a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath. With both single story and second story and 2 and 3 car garages, depending on your choice. So that kind of wraps up a broad spectrum of the housing options. I want to hop over and we're going to look at 3 or 4 homes in the individual collection so you can kind of get an idea of stylistically what they look like. And this is going to be true of whether you picked a Lennar in Lakewood Ranch or in Palmer Ranch or Welland Park. So it'll give you kind of a good introduction to Lennar. Okay, our game plan for the home walkthroughs is we're going to look at a villa, which is the lowest price point. Not a lot of information on the townhomes yet, so we're going to stay away from that. We're going to look at a couple single families amongst the different collections so you can get a kind of an idea what's available to you. We're also going to do a little bit more of a virtual tour style, which I haven't done previously, which hopefully gives you a little better feel of like if you were there in person without hopefully making you seasick. So let's hop in and check it out. Okay, the Magnolia is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath villa, 2-car garage, and you can get it for about $250K with shades of gray. So a very affordable price point for something that lives pretty single family like in Lakewood Ranch. So you can kind of see the openness here of the dining room. It's 1,400 square feet. So you got the dining room, the living room, and you got 2 full bedrooms. So just want to show you a little bit. I'll try to go slow here because I know these things can give you a little wheezy feeling. But just want to kind of give you a feel of what like the Lennar Homes are going to give you. So it's not bad. Again, it's all in one. So you got the price point as one of the main attractions here, and you're gonna have the more normal like normal tiles, carpet, that kind of thing. So they got like a little den here in the middle. So interesting. I'll take you and show you a little bit like kind of what they're doing in the lanais here. So pavered lanai, you got a split floor plan with a bedroom in the back, which I like for the villas. So the 2 bedrooms are on different sides of the house, and the master is by kind of the main attractions of the home. So that's the Magnolia, again at $250. This is your lowest price point in Lorraine Lakes at the current moment. So let's hop to single family and check out the next one. Okay, we're gonna hop to something a little bit bigger now in the single family range. So this one's an executive home with a base price of $383. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and we're 2,500 square feet here. And we have a 2-car garage, and this one does have a 1st and 2nd story. So I'm gonna hop in and we'll look at the tour. Okay, we'll start off like this. This is kind of a cool view. So this is the aerial dollhouse view of the floor plan. So kind of the front door here, you have a dining space in the front, your stairs right to the left, and then a pretty large dining room here. You're gonna get with that 2,500 square feet. And they have a couple different tables here, and then real large patio. So we'll go inside here and take a look. All right, so you can kind of see here, like pretty traditional floor plan, but you kind of where you get with that space. They have some nice, looks like vinyl plank flooring here, large kitchen with large island. And again, this is all stock, so if you get the house with the white cabinets and the granite counters. But they do a pretty good job for that kind of inventory builder. And then this one has a pool, which is cool. Let's see if we can go outside here. So you got a pool area, nice pavers, that kind of thing. So you get the idea. This one's on a lake. And kind of nice that it's built in price-wise there. And then let's hop to the 2nd story real quick. We are in a kid's bedroom. But yeah, you kind of get the idea here, so I won't belabor the points here, but just want to show a couple different ones. So this is the $383 price point versus our $250. You can kind of see different options there. So let's hop to one more model. We'll go a little bigger 3-car garage and show you what that looks like. Okay, we're gonna hop to kind of the biggest home you could build in here just to give you the other side and the largest estate home you could do for the folks that this may be a better criteria. So this is the Windward. It's at 571, and this is the 5-bath, 4.5, or the 5-bed, 4.5 bath, and you can get as much as 4,000 square feet here. It's got the 3-car garage with the pocket door and 2 stories. So let's hop in and take a look at this one, and then we'll move on. Okay, so this one's more of a rendering, but you can kind of see, with that larger square footage, kind of this large open spot, what you can kind of get with this kind of build. So a lot bigger areas from dining to kitchen and so forth, what you would come with the prototypical space. You got a little office here that has easy access to the exterior. Then this one is a 2-story model, but you got kind of a bedroom off the rear here with access to the pool. And I'll show you that they kind of had a cool pool rendering here. So your stairs right by the front door there. So they're nice layouts overall. will work for a lot of folks. And then this one just says, this is what kind of potential on, they're putting these on way bigger lots. So you got, a modern pool, the pavers, plenty of undercover area, and recreational space beyond it. So just gives you an idea. Again, this is the Windward. This is the largest model that you could build inside Lorraine Lakes. And now let's hop and talk a little bit about fees. Okay, on the last part of this video, I wanted to give some more context to what it actually costs to live here, how long it takes to build, all the kind of stuff that people are really seeking that's somewhat hard to find and a lot of times very inaccurate on the websites because of how real time it is. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is fees. So I got a little visual here so it's a little easier to follow this time. So from association on this one, no matter what size of home you're going to be in, you're looking at $330 to $360 a month. And that's whether you're in a 4,000 square foot manor home or a villa. The most expensive they're saying you're going to pay is $360 a month in the current present time for the HOA, and that's going to include exterior lawn maintenance, and that's going to include irrigation. And on the villa townhomes, it does include exterior, like building roof, because of the connected nature of them. But in the other ones, it's not. But so $330 to $360 plus lawn and irrigation, not a bad little bang for your buck there. Okay, let's talk. Like if you were going to put one under contract. So deposit-wise, what you're looking at here is you're looking at 10% down of the contractual price, right? So there's no design session, there's no lot that's separate. There's a contract, and that includes the house, that includes the whole shebang, and that's going to be 10% down. And what they'll allow you to do is they basically want 10% more or less down within like 30 days. So if you wanted to like put a hold in and then put the rest of the 10% down like 30 days from that, they're usually pretty cool about something like that. So that's just food for thought there. Again, there's no separate lots here, so no lot fee. And then the last piece I wanted to mention was tax-wise, you're going to be looking at a tax rate of about 1.1% of the price. So that's kind of, it varies by county a little bit from Sarasota to Manatee. A lot of times Manatee is a little bit cheaper, but you're looking at about 1.1% with shades of gray. So that's going to be kind of your main fees here. And then finally, let's talk timeline. So usually they're pretty quick because they're already permitting and they're building these things no matter what. So usually they're about a 6-month build. However, in the present day, they're looking at, if you built today, it's 8 to 9 months from start to finish because of the demand and just the bandwidth these guys have to build. So that's going to be kind of the fees for Lorraine Lakes in a nutshell and the timeline that's related to it. Now I'm going to hop over and wrap up. Please stick with me for a minute. I have a lot of helpful tools and resources just for you. All right, that does it for our 4th video in our new mini-series on Lakewood Ranch, and this time on Lorraine Lakes. Thank you for sticking with me. Please take a look at a couple things. I'm going to put a playlist right here for the previous 3 videos in the series so you can catch up. I'll also put a video here related to Lakewood Ranch as a whole. Please check out the description for tons of helpful links, resources, my contact information, anything else you need. Don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll see you on the next one.